Good morning, everybody. Can I get a show of hands of all the people who were at the bar last night lining up tequila shots? Okay. See? They didn't even make it in today. Okay. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about supporting your success. We're going to talk about a little bit about adding clinical and engage. And I'm going to try to help you understand just how easy that can be. We're going to talk about how we measure success. And Dan talked a little bit about this. We measure our success not only from the perspective of how you guys tell us we're doing, but we've got a whole bunch of metrics we measure internally as well. And we're going to actually go over some of those. And then we're going to talk a little bit about ensuring our success together. So in terms of enabling your success, we partner with you every step of the way. Whether you are a small billing company just starting out, a large billing company that's established, we've got resources from sales to support to help you. We are focused on success and growth. We are not here to just be a break-fix organization or a transactional organization. We want to be here to ensure your success and your growth. We're also not just a practice management system, as you've seen in the last 36 hours. That may have been true 4 or 5 years ago, but we've got a whole suite of services and products that you guys can use to help your customers be more successful. Really focused on the patient journey, focused on the clinical journey, and making sure that everybody gets what they need out of the relationship with their practices. We also have services that are focused on the billing companies themselves. So we do a lot of different things in the success organization, and we've carved out methodology and operating principles that are specific to the billing companies. We didn't always do it that way. It used to sort of be every customer was handled in the same way, but now we do things that are very specific to billing companies and very different from how we do things for practices directly. So just a review of some of the customer key journey points. Obviously sales, onboarding, data imports, enrollments, and training and support. These are the areas that we focus on in the customer success organization. The journey itself may take many different forms based on the size, based on what you're onboarding, based on who you're working with, but these are the key areas that you're going to be typically engaging with in terms of the customer success organization. So let's talk a little bit about these in more detail. How many of you use premium support today? Can I get a show of hands? Okay, so about a third, almost a half, I guess. We launched premium support about a year ago, and that was really targeted at the largest billing companies that we had. We needed to make a decision on how we were going to service those customers, because what we were finding is we were sending new support reps out into the wild to take phone calls from some of our most experienced billers, and they were struggling. So we created this premium support team to be the best and the brightest in support to be able to help you guys. So this chart here is showing the difference between standard and premium support. Not a whole lot of differences in some areas, but in terms of onboarding, for example, you get a success coach. They provide the initial onboarding. If you have customers that want to onboard clinical and engage, they're going to help with that as well. If you are a premium customer, then you're going to get a senior coach to help with the enterprise project management around those implementations as well. On the training front, we've got all kinds of different training. We've got live training, one-on-one training, Kareo University. That is for you and your practices. In terms of assisted enrollments, initial enrollments, any additional enrollments, providers and payers, if you are a premium customer, you get some of the best and brightest in the enrollments department as well. So we've got an enterprise enrollment specialist that's going to be assigned to you. Data imports, a service that we provide as well. I think most of you have probably used that in the beginning and on an ongoing basis. Technical support. We have tech support for you and your practices. Most of you who are using premium support are using that for just yourselves. We offer it to you guys as an option for your practices, but most of you have said, no, I want to keep that group for me. Let me have premium support. Let them have regular support. And that's okay. That's a completely fine model with us. And then in terms of growth, you've got your sales consultant. If you're a premium customer, you're also going to have an account manager to help with your future and your growth. So I wanted to take a minute to talk a little bit about clinical and engage and just remind everybody how quick and easy and painless this can be. Do you support multiple EHRs or have clients still charting on paper? I know you do. Do your practices want to see more patients? I think most of them probably would like to. We heard a story yesterday about a practice that would schedule 60 patients at 9 a.m. and 60 patients at 1 p.m. Clearly, they're just trying to jam their schedule full. Do you get paid a percentage of collections? Again, we know that to be the case. And would you just like to simplify your life a little bit in this crazy healthcare IT world? I know I would. So we believe that adding clinical and engage is absolutely going to be something that can help you do all of those things. And it's as simple as contacting Kareo or raising your hand to have one of these modules added. You can go to the Solution Center, sign up, you can contact support, you can contact your sales rep. If you have an account manager, you can contact them. Within 24 hours, you will have a CSC or a customer success coach reach out to you to get the ball started. So this can be quick, it's easy, and we can get that moving for you. I wanted to share a little bit about the onboarding journey for Engage, just to talk about some of the key activities. Again, Success Coach will reach out in 24 hours. We'll set up the provider profile to make sure that the practice has a presence on the web. We'll set up the online directory, which will make sure that the addresses are correct when a patient is searching for that practice. It's all going to be right. We'll set up surveys and reviews so that information can go back to that profile to make sure there's visibility about how the patients are perceiving that practice. We'll set up online scheduling and reminders so we can fill up the customer schedule. We'll set up online intake. We'll get the staff trained. That can all be done in less than 30 days. We've had customers that have done it in 1 day. So it can be quick and easy. In terms of clinical, again, if you guys decide to sign up for clinical, Success Coach will reach out within 24 hours, reach out to you, reach out to the practice. They'll do the configuration, set up e-prescribe, labs, the training will get done. Typically, we can get that done in less than 30 days as well. It's not quite as fast as Engage, but 30 days is sort of on the outside for that one as well. Okay, so how do we, in the customer success organization, measure how we're doing? Well, we listen to you. You tell us how we're doing, and we also have some instruments internally. In terms of how we listen to you, we have over 700 unique responses that we receive each month from 9 different survey instruments that we send out. And those surveys go out along the customer journey from onboarding to support to enrollments, training. We do an NPS survey. We have a lot of information about how you guys feel about us. We review and we act on every one of them that isn't stellar. We follow up with low CSAT scores. We follow up with NPS concerns. We make sure we try to get back to everybody if there's an issue. Those are used not only to deal with individual issues that you might have, but they also help inform how we want to have the customer success team improve over time. So they broadly inform as well. We also have multiple internal performance measures. We look at satisfaction, we look at quality, we look at responsiveness, we look at your loyalty to Kareo. I have a few slides to go over some of the data. In terms of onboarding, one of the key things we look at here is how quickly we're getting customers to be able to send out claims. And we use this sort of 21-day mark as a litmus test. And we're getting 93% of our customers sending out claims in 21 days. And just to give you some perspective on scale, the onboarding team has onboarded 3,000 modules in the last year. That's a lot of throughput for that team. In terms of enrollments, one of the things we try to look at here is how quickly we're getting those requests out to the payers. We see that 91% are going out in 4 days. Our goal is 90% in 4 days. We want to do it as quickly as possible, but we do know there's a lot of times we have to go back and forth with the practices to get information updated. So 91% in 4 days is pretty good. We can't control how quickly the payers are going to approve those, but we like to get those out the door as quickly as possible. And in terms of scale there, 84,000 were done in the last 12 months. 84,000 payer requests went through the enrollments team in 12 months. Support, this number on the right here, 4.4, that's a measurement of our customer satisfaction as you tell us how we're doing. And this is specific to billing companies. And the question on the survey is, overall, how satisfied were you with your customer support interaction? And those go out after every support case. You should be getting an email to respond to those. And we're averaging 4.4 out of 5 right now. We receive about 5,000 survey responses per year. So we feel pretty good that that's the population is representative of reality. A few more here. Data imports. One of the things we look at here is how quickly we get those out the door, get started on those once we receive the data. We're getting 95% started within 24 hours. We have an SLA of 10 days at most once we get the data and get them started. But this metric here, by getting them started within 24 hours, 95% of the time we're doing that. And we've done almost 1,200 of them in the last year. Training, a big push for us over the last year or so has been making sure that we had the right amount of training, we had different modalities of training, and that we had a certification process to make sure that we felt and that you guys can feel like the people that are using the software are certified enough to be somewhat proficient at it. So we certify on average about 600 new users every month. And these are certified, meaning that they've gone through the requisite training, they've taken the quiz at the end, and they've passed that. In terms of some scale on this one, we do 2,850 roughly training sessions in a year. Those are live training sessions. We have a lot of training going on. And this last one over here on the right, this is the likelihood to recommend score. Some of you may know this as Net Promoter or NPS. And 32 for a SaaS software company is pretty good. I think the thing that's most remarkable about this is a year ago, this score was 3. So it's about a 10 times improvement. So. All right, so that's what we do for you. So now what can you do for yourself? Some things that we just wanted to share with you is how we thought that you guys could sort of help you help yourself. Introduce your team to the platform. Get them comfortable, get them knowing what it is. View some of the demos online with your sales consultant or account manager or on your own. Get trained on the platform. Know it really well. It'll help you be comfortable selling it to your practices. Utilize the resources that we provide. If you've got an urgent issue, please call support. And I have call underlined because our wait times to get through a support rep right now are very, very short. If you email, we'll get to it probably in the same day or maybe the next day. But if you have an urgent issue, please pick up the phone. It's the fastest way to get your case started, get us working on it, and getting the interaction we need to get it resolved. Those of you that do email in, I'm sure you experience the fact that there's a lot of back and forth sometimes with I need more information or what about this. So again, if you need something done quickly, the best way to do it is to call. If you have an account manager, meet with them regularly. Take advantage of them. They're here for your growth and your assistance. Have your practices on board Clinical and Engage. Give it a shot. Utilize the online trainings and reference materials. We have a really great claim rejections guide that doesn't really get utilized that much. It can help you work through some of those rejections. And then, lastly on this one, have all employees get trained and certified. Make sure your employees are not causing problems for you by not being fully trained on the systems. And in terms of record keeping, making sure you have your provider and insurance information, credentialing information, enrollments, all understood, what the NPIs are, how they're billing out. Make sure you understand which of your employees are trained or need training so that you can constantly try to get them into the training so that they can be better and better at their job. Okay, so we do a lot, you do a lot. It's a very choreographed dance for all of us to be successful. And before I go, I just want to take a minute to acknowledge some of the leaders on the customer success team, and I would like you to stand up if you're in the room. So Samantha, are you in the room? Samantha is our manager of premium support. Okay, she must be out in the solutions bar. Carla Johnson is our manager at our support location that's remote. Morgan, you're here. Please stand up. Morgan is our manager of enrollments. Tracy Payton, I thought I saw you in here. There's Tracy, yeah. Christina, I don't think is here. Christina used to manage the enrollments department. She's been moved into a manager of operations function. Corey, I think I saw you. Corey, stand up. Brad, are you in the room? Brad, not in the room, okay. Jose is not here, and Dale is not here as well. Jose and Dale are a couple of the support supervisors in the Irvine office, so they're local here. But it's not just them. We have a team of over 175 additional folks that help make all of this possible for all of you. So I guess in closing, your clients, your business, and Kareo, together we can be successful. And I would say, as Bill Murray would say, that is teamwork at its finest. Thank you all.